Good morning, everyone. This is Rafegal, and this is Breath of Fire 2. I do not remember this opening, but apparently there's a vocal opening. This is a translated version of the ROM, or a fan-translated version of the ROM, which I believe added some additional stuff back in from the Japanese version. So I think that might be what's going on here, judging by the Japanese opening. And right away, this is a Super Nintendo game, and the sprite work in this is amazing. There is very, very little to say outside of... there's very little that you can argue on that front. This game has some of the best sprite work in any RPG around this time, and that's saying something. Or fast. Okay. Game start. Yes. There we go. So, this is Breath of Fire 2. Breath of Fire is kind of a weird series. In that it is not nearly as prolific as some of the other game series that came out around the same time. It's from a major studio, Capcom. But I mean, there were several games in the series. There's 4 games, 5 games that go up through the PS2 era. And PS1? PS2, I think. Hear my words, mortals, offer your souls unto God. Offer him your praise, your prayers, your worship and devotion. You must become the strength of... That's creepy. I mean, that is probably part of why this series never really took off. It has a lot of very controversial stuff that probably didn't take off in the West the same way that some other stuff did. You come back this instant. You start out with a cool flashback. Got away again. What am I ever going to do with it? Ryu. Come down. I need a word with you. Okay. You go look for Yua and make sure she doesn't get into trouble? Sure. It's been 3 years since you lost your mother, hasn't it, Ryu? You've been quite the young man since then. Such a fine example for your little sister. Rough out there, kid. If you want to go on a nature hike, find a grown-up to go with you, okay? Rash of thieves masquerading as orphans and robbing churches. Keep an eye out for your father. The old softy might find a knife in his back if he takes the wrong swords. Hey there, Ryu. Where's Yua? Who thought you two were inseparable? Magic saved everyone. He's a legend. Okay. The dragon hadn't showed up when it did, we'd all be done for. Still with us, sleepy in the mountains behind the village. Make sure you pay your respects. Okay, is that... Nope. Like many older RPGs, this has the unfortunate effect of requiring you to talk to all of the right people in the right order on occasion. Is that... yeah. Okay then. So yeah, it's very... Oh, there we go. So yeah, Capcom kind of gave up on a lot of their games around the time that this series kind of faded out. But and in a lot of ways, the Breath of Fire series is kind of lacking in a way that a lot of other RPGs weren't. It feels kind of older than a lot of its contemporaries. But it's also got a lot of charm to it. The first game especially is very linear, very old Dragon Quest feeling. This one has some neat features that it's added in. It actually has a relatively complex story and a lot of depth to it. When I nap here, I see Mama in my dreams. So you say. I know, Mama's gone. Yes, I couldn't protect your mother when the monsters attacked. Had it not been for the dragon, we all would have perished. There's nothing Papa can't do. Sometimes it really does seem as if you can talk to the dragon. I told you I see Mama in my dreams. I'm beat or I'm wired. Okay. So we fall asleep under the dragon. We get this. The music stops. The black and white is completely gone. Never seen you around here, little boy. Have you lost your parents? Hey, you some kind of ragamuffin? Go on now, get out of here. What, the son of the priest, you say? Nonsense. The church has no place for filthy, lying urchins like you. Be gone, before I strike the fear of God into you myself. What are you looking at, cursed child? Get out of my sight before your curse rubs off me, too. So, right away. All the religious iconography and stuff with this is really hard for a lot of the way that they handled things in Nintendo of America, they basically did not allow any of that into the US version of the game, which is why I'm going with this fan translation, because they basically took apart the whole story. We accept any and all who will open their hearts. House of God is your house. Okay. Meet our second party member here. This place sucks. Even the candles are cheap stuff. He's pretending to be an orphan. You're not the old man. Phew, I thought I was busted. Why are you giving me that look? We're both here for the same reasons, aren't we? You know the routine. Play all pitiful, get into their good graces, and rob them blind. There's nothing really worth stealing here to begin with. What do you say of partnership? We bust out of here together, make our way to the next big town, and raid the place. Not let God strike us down for doing what we have to do. Let's blow this place. And Bosch is going to join us. In the US version, his name is Bo, because apparently they decided that they can't use creative names. The name translations get worse as the game goes. Smells like a rainstorm. I think I pilfered that candle. Right away we get lots of good sprite work. The way that the rain gets animated, the combat stuff is really the top-notch part of this. I mean, but it's Capcom during the SNES era. It's kind of what they did. Is amazing sprite work. Okay. Apparently there's a monster. So you are indeed the fated child that proved your worth. Okay. I'm pretty sure this just doesn't matter. Yeah. Go forth and open the gate, fated child. Only then will you know the true power of God. And again, this game handles a lot of really heavy themes. So, it was like waking from a long dream, but now his father and sister have disappeared and no one else recognized him. Which is definitely kind of terrifying. He dreamt of a horrific demon who ripped his heart and body apart, but it remained just a dream. Yet, the vision remains strong. Deep within the corners of his mind, he hears it calling. A different world, a world of silence, a world of darkness. He moves toward it, feeling both fear and exhilaration. He succumbs and the darkness welcomes him. You are the one, the demon screeches. Reaching deep within his own heart, he realizes that it is true. Then, in that moment, reality washes away and the dream begins to take shape. This weird tower thing. We're presented with a mystery title screen. Now, if you're familiar with the Breath of Fire series, right off the bat, you're picking up this whole thing. The mother disappeared at the same time the dragon showed up. The Breath of Fire series is about the Brood, which are people who can turn into dragons. And Ryu is the descendant of the Brood in pretty much every game. We're hoping you could give us some work now. No job too small, no fee too large. Here's a request that just came in. About time, let's see here. What? Lost pet, are you making fun of us? You did say no job too small. This isn't a job, this is the peanut gallery. Did you find someone who would look for my Susie? I'd like to introduce you to the owner you were just talking to. I'm sorry, Lady Mina, but I was just talking with these two and they say they have no interest in the job. Speak for yourself. Hear it out, your ladyship. Your dear Susie is in capable hands of none other than Bosch, soother of savage beasts. Thank you so much. Just leave this one to us. You and Bosch are on the case. Okay. So now we have the grown-up version of the characters. And we have been told we need to go look for a pet. If you hear anything, you'll be the first person we tell, okay? You rangers are known for taking all kinds of odd jobs, right? Then tell me, what's the oddest job you've taken? Never mind, I don't want to know. You rangers do a little bit of everything, don't you? Cleaning, laundry, cooking. Got a little monster at home that needs taken care of. Can I hire one of you to babysit him? So they're technically kind of like a bounty hunter guild, but they're mostly doing odd jobs, it sounds like. Hey, the monsters get stronger the further north you go. Better stick around town if you want to stay safe. Okay. So this is kind of where the game really starts. It has a rather long introduction. When you intend to pay rent. Some money. It's like, damn. We don't need to sleep yet, but you do get a free bed here. This game is really good about giving you lots of early opportunities to kind of make use of everything, and right away, there's just so much going on. My poor kitty Fido and then complained that it didn't taste good. Gotta do something about those crazy birds. So we're hearing about Mount Futabi multiple times here. Okay. And I think... I know it's a short one. Maybe this, never that. No one thinks of the old dragon god anymore. Sometimes I find myself longing for the good old days. Pardon the ramblings of an old... My memory's still as sharp as ever. Is there anything you'd like me to remember for you? The tale of your journey thus far, perhaps? Okay. That's the save point. and we're actually going to wrap the first video here. I really wanted to just get through the intro, do a little bit of the opening, and see how it went. We're going to pick up from here next time and head down to the mountain and look for a pet, lost pet. That apparently there are some birds down there that eat pets, that ate somebody's cat. So yeah, we're gonna go from there. There's gonna be a little bit of grind, but again, this game has some great animations to it that are at least fun to watch while you're doing the grind. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully you're enjoying. I'm looking forward to this. This has been on my list for a long time. I like this game a lot. It's just kind of long and occasionally a little slow. Feels a little slow. And I don't feel like there's as much technical stuff to it as some of the other games that I've played. But maybe we'll find out. Maybe we'll learn something new along the way. That's one of my favorite parts about doing this. So, hopefully you've enjoyed. If you have, give me a like and subscribe. Check out the other content on my channel. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments. And as always, have a good one. We'll catch you next time.